What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 136 of the Chumpcast. Brick is making his big move to Colorado, so let's all pile on and make fun of him. In celebration of his departure, we're going to draft our favorite episodes of Love, Death, and Robots from Netflix. You can find us on all social media platforms at the Chumpcast. You can also call, text, or leave us a voicemail at 847-920-6107. Thanks to our friends at Family Video for sponsoring the show. If you collect DVDs or Blu-rays, you can get some awesome deals right now through the chumpcast.com/familyvideo. They have ridiculous deals on new releases, and they're always updating their selection. I'm looking right now at copies of Creed 2, Wreck-It Ralph 2, Bohemian Rhapsody, A Star is Born, and way more, all for under $10. Plus, it helps out your chumps. You can find our merch at thechumpcast.com. Check out patreon.com/thechumpcast for all sorts of bonus content and more goodies. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm planning a going-away party that Brick is definitely not invited to. So, Brick, I think you need to explain yourself to our legions of fans.
Our legions of fans, yes.
AKA Darian.
Darian, this one goes out to you. So, moving to Colorado on Monday of next week. So, I will be still on the show until they, I guess, officially decide to replace me. But I won't be doing many episodes in person.
Mark, how long do you think it's going to take for him to just full on quit?
16 exact days.
He's going to be like, there's the time difference, and it's a 1 hour time difference.
Yeah, big time difference. But actually, Reverend Rogue, my guy over there, wants to do like a 10-minute gamer segment because we have this huge Discord that is actually getting a lot of interaction, and there's a lot of people that are interested in kind of growing. So they want to do like a 10-minute gamer segment, and I was like, yeah, we can throw it on the Chumpcast. So maybe we're evolving, guys.
Nope, cut immediately.
Sick. But there you go. I get Reverend in front of me.
Rev's good. I like him. I like when he comes on. He has opinions, unlike you, where you're usually just like, whatever, it was fine.
Yeah, stupid. Next question.
Reverend Rogan dropped something on Twitch saying you're not going to want to miss this episode. New stuff is coming or something. I don't know.
I knew he had a guy that was redoing his layout and stuff. Is that
it?
He did a couple of different emotes and new follower stuff. Everything looks really good, but he does have a new segment coming out, Confessions for Reverend Rogue. And so he has like a Google Doc. You submit like the last time that you confessed, what's your confession, and then like you can give a name or it can be like anonymous. I definitely submitted 20 answers that are absolutely the worst things ever. So you have to tune into his stream for real. I put the most ridiculous things.
I hooked up with a transvestite in Scottsdale.
Exactly. Wow, stuff that's so ridiculous that, it is definitely not even possible to be true. Like I put...
no way is that true.
Hang on. What the hell? I texted Starkey a bunch, and me and him went back and forth on a million of these ideas.
Speaking of confessions, Mark, you were raised Catholic, right?
Yeah.
How much did that fuck you up? Like for the rest of your life, you just have guilt.
Wow, dude!
Everything.
And I just got my ashes a week and a half ago. You're going to tell me this right now?
Did you really? I was raised Catholic. I don't still do that because it fucked me up enough. I don't feel like I need to keep going back and telling some priest every time I jerk off. But
you're not eating meat on Fridays?
No, I do not observe Lent. I do not observe anything church-wise.
Well, let's talk about this. Brick, if you had to give up one thing right now, what would you give up?
The Chumpcast. No question about it.
Can't blame him. Definitely not going to give up Funko Pops because you just brought 27 of them over to my place for storage.
I feel bad leaving them because I didn't even get any love at my house, but they'll get the right attention here.
He literally filled up an entire windowsill of mine.
There's
just like Funko
you only
Pops.
Have 4.
Yeah, dude, my favorite one is Steve with sunglasses, which is from Stranger Things.
I'm going to take all of them out of the box and just throw the boxes away.
That's fine. I would just be like, fuck. I probably wouldn't even do anything.
What kind of anxiety would that give you, Mark?
As long as you throw them away gently, I'm okay.
Just so he can grab the boxes and then repackage them later.
Exactly.
Mark breaks into your house, repackages all the Funkos.
So, Mark, what was the best thing you ended up buying from C2E2?
Probably the Dark Knight's metal shirt, which nobody listening to this podcast will have any idea what that is.
I know what Dark Knight metal is. I just haven't read it.
Yeah. That was what you grabbed while we were walking out of the C2E2 completely on day 3, right?
Yeah, it's basically the biggest nerd shirt of all time. It has the cover for Dark Knight's Metal on the front, and then on the back is it's like the tour dates, but they're actually the release dates of each issue. It's just
What a
super nerdy.
Dork ass.
I think you actually drove Brick to move to Colorado.
Partly, 100%. Because now Mark accidentally got me into anime.
Oh, God.
Just because the recommendation for One Punch Man is so good.
Now he's moving to Denver to get a waifu.
Dude, I'm moving to Denver and I'm changing my name to, oh my God, what the hell's what's the cyclist? What's the cyclist? You guys know. From One
Mark,
Punch Man.
Moomin Rider?
Moomin
Rider.
Dude, the cyclist.
What a goober ass name.
The cyclist of justice, Moomin Rider,
Oh
dude.
my
I
God.
lost it. Justice crash! He just throws his bike into the back of this guy.
So fucking stupid.
Stand up pedal mode. I was like, you are such a shitty. And then I actually got the feels when he got destroyed by that big ass monster.
Wow, spoilers.
It's actually funny.
That show's great. We've been telling you about it forever. I feel like
I
you're
tried
just now
watching
catching up on things we've been telling you for over a year.
I tried watching it a while ago, but it was the subtitles, and I was like, meh. And then Mark's like, yeah, it's on Netflix. It definitely doesn't have the subtitles. And then it just wasn't true. It was on Hulu. So go to Hulu and watch it. English version, the dubbed version.
Dude, how funny is it when he just tells Genos to shut the fuck up and stop telling his backstory?
Yes, that's the best. I never thought that like the concept of a superhero who would one punch anybody would be such a great concept, but they nail it. It's
He's
so
so
good.
Depressed.
He doesn't
He's
care about
so
anything.
sad. It's fucking brilliant.
Nothing phases him at all, and then everyone else is just like losing their shit, and he just comes in as a C-level hero. Oh, I love he like despises but kind of likes his like apprentice. It's awesome.
It's so fucking
so well done.
How many episodes in are you?
8, and plus he just reminds me of Will Post just because they make a bunch of ball jokes.
They really do.
Yeah.
He gets very upset about that too. I don't know about Will, but
he doesn't. But
okay.
Yes.
Brick, tell me exactly what you're going to be doing out in Colorado besides every drug that you can get your hands on.
Well, hopefully getting a new job in social media marketing, and then camping, and then just going with the flow. That's basically what I'm doing right now. Just like up off the seam of my pants, just kind of making the move. That's
Why
it.
did you send us a message? HP World. Is that where you're applying?
That's Harry Potter World, and I tried to copy paste a different thing into there, and it was just Harry Potter World.
Cool story.
Oh,
You don't strike me as someone who goes camping like ever.
No, I would like to go camping and snowboarding and skiing. I'd like to try all these things. You just can't really do them here in Chicago. And I'm drinking is fine, but I'd rather do other things than just like getting drunk in the city. And I don't know.
You can do other things in Chicago than just get drunk.
I could.
You know that, right?
I know I could, but I'm not going to is the difference.
Okay, that's fair.
What else are we really going to do? I'm not going to get people to
You got
go.
a dog, like you could take your dog for a walk.
I could take a dog for the walk in the wilderness of Colorado.
Are you taking Khaleesi with you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's why I'm driving. That's why I'm driving. Yeah, no way I'm leaving Khaleesi. Absolutely 0%. Zilch.
Yes, you got to have at least one friend in Colorado and
exactly
Khaleesi, right?
Exactly.
You should pick up like some intense hobby, like all-terrain extreme snowboarding or some shit.
Like parkour, like actual parkour.
No, dude, take up axe throwing.
Axe throwing, and then I become a full lumberjack minus the ability to grow facial hair.
You got some scruff going on. It's not good looking at all.
Good
But
looking. Yeah, exactly. That's minus the ability to grow actual good. That's lumberjack hair. If you're a lumberjack, you need to have a full beard. It's like part of like the requirement.
Mark, I think I speak for both of us when I say, get the fuck out of my house and never come back.
I will in an hour. But I will come back to pick up my Funko Pops because they're dope.
No, they're staying here. It's like squatters' rights, except on Funko Pops.
How long is squatters' rights?
3 months. 1 day.
Okay.
Once they're here, they're fucking mine.
I have a property lawyer.
Actually, Khaleesi is now mine as well.
Okay. Well, she's not here yet. She was here for
She's
less
been
than
here
a day.
more than 24 hours.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Checkmate. Me. Bitch. The awkward silence is just them being like, yeah, I'm happy this motherfucker's leaving.
I'm trying to let Mark talk because it's weird. We've done all remote before, but we've never done 2 in person and 1 remote.
No, we have, and it was me at home and you two in the old Chump
Oh, you know what? You're right. That was when we went to the premiere of Super Troopers.
Oh, that's right. And I asked you guys about I was salty about that.
And we told you couldn't go because fuck you. Move to Colorado.
We only got 2 passes because we only applied for 2 passes. Yeah.
That's not at all how it went.
Yes, it is, dude. That's how it went in my memory, and that's all the memory that
you
matters.
had nothing to offer. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
You needed a camera guy because you didn't use like the mic properly, so you had to get all camera voice, right?
No, that didn't sound right.
All the audio from the camera.
Also, Mark totally fucked up the audio when we were trying to set this up today.
It's true. It definitely wasn't you delaying to get all the new releases for all the streaming services.
Eat shit, Mark. Dude, what are we going to do when it's only 2 of us? Are we going to put Remy on a microphone?
This angle really has Mark's bald head shining, I'll be honest. Look at the shine on that motherfucker right now.
You look like Paul Scheer.
I do kind of look like Paul Scheer. I'm just receding heavily right now in the forehead area. I've been doing some research. Brick, I'm looking at some extreme activities you can start doing in
Squirrel
Colorado.
Suits? Okay, sweet.
No, extreme activities. So, dirt boarding. Did you forget about this? Remember Rocket Power? They'd always ride those dirt boards. I don't know what happened to those, but you need to bring those back and start riding those in Colorado.
What the fuck is a dirt board?
I don't know what those are, dude. We did
They're
see Reggie at C2E2, though. She was looking pretty cute.
Oh, no, it's a mountain board. Never mind. It's a mountain board.
That's not any clearer.
Yep.
It's got like huge wheels on it. It kind of looks like a longboard, but you strap your feet in and it like has shocks on it.
Wow, that sounds like a complete death trap.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh my God.
I would die. I would die doing that.
Brick, if you do this, please get a GoPro first because I want that footage.
I GoPro'd one time in my life and it was me hitting softballs. And after doing it for like, I think probably 7 minutes straight of me hitting balls as hard as I can, I like swung and finally hit the last ball, turned around and puked on the GoPro. Just like, it's great footage, honestly. It's hilarious.
I'm going to need a copy of that video. Do you play the Jackass music over it?
And then, dumb over my Scottsdale puke.
In honor of you leaving, can we post that on the Instagram? Because that's an amazing video.
Dude, it's on my Facebook.
Is it?
Yeah.
We're definitely going to post that on the Instagram.
That's fine.
That's amazing.
We need, that should actually be a drop, actually.
The Jackass music?
Jackass music should be a drop.
The guy is drunk!
It goes hand in hand.
Okay, so let's talk about the actual episode this week. We're on a short week because some idiot has to fly to Houston for the weekend. I'm actually going to go see Tofty. So,
Tofty!
Shout out to you, Tofty. I can't wait to punch you in the sack.
Sounds like a healthy relationship.
Yeah, I have to go there for work, and I'm just going to make a weekend out of it. And we're going to drink a lot of Lone Star, and I'm going to try to not feel the way that I felt when I came back from Scottsdale.
Probably not hard to reenact that.
I don't know that I can do that twice in a month. I would probably just end it all.
Yeah, no, that checks out for real. Are you going to do one of those mechanical bulls when you're there?
I don't think I've ever seen one. The only place I've ever seen one of those was in Las Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that there'd be a lot more of those in Texas.
I've been to Texas twice, and I've never seen a mechanical bull.
I could have sworn you came back from a bachelor party from Texas and did a mechanical bull. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe you were blacked out.
I think you're totally making... You know what? All of those are possibilities.
Yes.
Maybe that was a dream you had.
Yeah, I mean, he might have been dreaming of me shirtless on a mechanical bull. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it laid out, too. Definitely shirtless. Definitely an American flag, Coors Light cowboy hat, too.
No, it's got to be Lone Star. But you're going to be in Texas, do it right. I'm going to eat a shitload of barbecue, though.
Oh, yeah, you gotta.
Tofty bought a smoker, and he keeps sending me pictures of all this, like, burnt ends, like rib tips and shit. And I'm just like, dude, you can't do that until I get there.
I would love to be, if I could pick a job to have, it would be to judge barbecue food. Just judge it.
Okay, what do you think the oldest person to ever professionally judge barbecue has ever lived to be? Because I'm guessing it's not out of the 40s. That's got to be a fucking heart attack waiting to happen.
That is the best way to go. Are you kidding me? Oh, this pulled pork is to die for.
Literally.
You basically want to be Guy Fieri, pretty much.
You remember when we saw the Thanos Guy Fieri?
That might have been the best cosplay I've seen.
Did we mention Ant-Man going up his butthole and then expanding?
No, did you post that in the group me of someone making Paul Rudd read those theories?
No, but that's amazing. It's my new favorite meme, like, of all time.
I'm at a loss for words to explain how that would end that series, that amazing saga of 20-some movies, just to end with Ant-Man crawling up Thanos' ass to end it all.
My favorite was sent today. I think it might have been actually Tofty that said it. It was like Joe Russo confirming on Twitter that that's not how they defeat Thanos. Like, it said, like, Thanos is not defeated by Ant-Man crawling up his butthole and then expanding. And then the next panel is, all right, dickhole it is. Like, that's so much better.
Quick, we got to pivot, boys. Go to the recuts. We got to reshoot this.
I think Mark is frozen.
He looks like a doofus. Or is he not frozen? I can't even tell. He's back.
All right, there we go. That did remind me, though. I'm going to Texas. I'm going to bring my golf clubs. It reminded me of one of the most infuriating things I've ever seen when we were in Scottsdale. We went and played 9 holes of golf, and I'm fucking terrible. And I'm playing with Decker and Mark. Decker's really good. Mark is, I don't know, sometimes okay.
Decker was sober the whole time, so he was just on his A game.
Pretty much.
You were day 3 of a fucking bender.
But they're both trying to show me how to, like, hit a ball out of a sand trap, and I'm like 20 yards away from the cup. And Mark's like, you got to hit 6 inches behind the ball. You can't rest your club in the sand. And he just, like, walks up, doesn't even set his feet, takes a swing, fucking sinks it from, like, 15 yards out. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. You couldn't do that. If I offered you $1 million fucking dollars and I gave you 20 chances to do that again, you couldn't do that.
Get fucked.
It was the most infuriating thing I've ever been a part of.
Just being absolutely shown up by Mark with him not even trying is hilarious to me. Well done, Mark. Well done.
No, the trick to it is you just got to splash the sand. Pretend you're splashing the sand with the club face.
No, you said you just got to slap at it.
Yeah, I did.
Fucking asshole. All right. Anyways, let's actually talk about the show. Brick, you'll be back maybe next week or maybe not. Who knows? But it is the end of March, which means that we get a new slate of things coming to our streaming services in April. So as always, we start with the Clubhouse leader, which is Netflix.
Woot woot.
So beginning of the month, we're getting The Fifth Element with Brew Willie. Probably the last time that he actually tried in a movie.
Never seen it.
It's brilliant. It's got Chris Tucker. It's got Mila Jovovich. It's a really good sci-fi movie.
Chris Tucker pre-Rush Hour?
I don't know. I don't know where that falls in that timeline. But, I mean, it was like the height of his career.
Rick, it's like where Chris Tucker is wearing that weird-ass white wig and, like, the futuristic clothing that's like a cheetah print.
Yeah. It's a brilliant movie. You should definitely watch it.
I just saw. You told me the white wig, and now I just want to see Mugatu.
It's kind of like that, honestly.
We're also getting I Am Legend, which is great piece of work by Will Smith and very sad. Warning, we brought this up last week on the episode. We are putting out a new MPAA warning. A dog dies.
Yes, that should be a good warning. I agree.
So if that's going to make you sad, don't watch this movie.
I agree. Speaking of sad endings, like me and the Chumpcast, we should do the dumb question, as in, what's one of the saddest endings of your favorite movies or TV shows?
Okay, we're just going to have an impromptu one right there. I didn't think we were going to do one this week, but sure. Saddest ending.
Saddest ending.
All right, there you go. Now we have an Instagram post. Back to what we were actually talking about. Pineapple Express is coming to Netflix.
Woo! That's one of my favorite movies of all time, because when you watch the intro to that movie, when they're underground and they're testing the pot, and he comes in with like that alien, not the alien, like the submarine suit, so he doesn't get high, and he just freaks out. I think that's just honestly one of the funniest movies of that group of actors and actresses. It's so funny.
Mark, have you ever seen Snatch? That seems like something that's right up your alley.
I don't think so. Who's that with?
That is Brad Pitt. He's a what do they call him? Gypsy.
Yeah, Jason Statham's in that, right? I saw parts of it.
Yeah, he's like a boxer.
Yeah, I actually might watch that since it's coming out.
I'm watch that one too. Actually,
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's really good. It's a Guy Ritchie movie. You should definitely check that out.
Time out just on the word snatch. that fucking word, I hate it. And my friend, he always used to say when he made a nice catch, "Yo, nice snatch." That just fucking gives me the creeps.
Yeah, that makes me feel dirty.
Yo, nice snatch.
Are you sure he was talking to you?
Yeah, no, he was talking to definitely someone else.
Okay. Mark, have you seen the preview for the new anime on Netflix, Ultraman?
I have not.
So this is kind of a throwback, and unfortunately, it looks like it's only going to be subtitled. It's not. There's no dub version just yet. So you really have to pay attention, which I know Brick is fully out on.
Already said I'm out.
Well, I watched half of One Punch Man, all subtitled.
You didn't have any issues with that at all, like pulling up your phone and missing something?
Dude, I watched the first season of Attack on Titans all subtitled, and it was just the most depressing thing of all time, and I couldn't even understand what they were saying.
Okay, yeah, that's the next anime that I need to see is Attack on Titan.
It's terrifying, to be perfectly honest.
Really?
It's just really creepy.
Ooh.
Just watch it in your bed every night and just try not to shit your pants.
When you're in Colorado and Khaleesi's still here and you don't have any friends in Colorado yet and you maybe live really close to the woods.
These are all fallacies, and Mark's just picking his nose in the Chump Cave monster. I can see up your nose, dude.
I'm glad he's doing that at his place and not mine.
He's just picking it and flicking it.
I have a question of the week. How long will it take Brick to make his first friend in Denver?
Ooh,
6
3
months.
years.
I'm very sociable, but will I go out is the question.
Absolutely.
Probably. You got to hit up my man Pfeiffer while you're out there.
Dude, Fife's the man.
He'll take care of you.
I definitely will. There's a million people out there that I just forget are out there.
Wow, you sound like a really good friend.
Yep.
Great. Okay. We're also getting You vs. Wild, which is a Netflix original with Bear Grylls. This is, I guess, the next evolution in what we got in Bandersnatch. This is choose your own adventure for survivalism. And I guess, I don't know, the preview isn't really clear, but if you make the wrong choice, I guess Bear Grylls just looks at you and goes, "You're fucking dead."
Yeah, or he actually just it'd be great if they CGI'd him dying a bunch of times. Be like, "Oh, you killed Bear Grylls."
You know, like those Korean cartoons where they do the news recaps and shit, just like that? That'd be perfect.
It really would be. What about those, like, I don't know why you just thought of this, but the MXC. You ever seen that show?
Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
One of my favorite shows of all time.
It's great, dude.
I don't know why that just parlayed. I'm just because I'm a trader, but they need to bring that show back.
I fully agree.
It's the best thing ever. Go ahead.
Well, wasn't it on a station that doesn't exist anymore? Wasn't that Spike TV?
Spike TV.
Yeah, it was on Spike TV. No, it was on G4.
Yeah, Guy to the Douche.
Yeah, I missed that.
Spike TV.
Last movie coming to Netflix next month is A Hateful Eight, which is probably my least favorite Tarantino movie.
I could see that. It was fine. I wanted more from it, to be honest, when I saw it.
I was just disappointed, I guess. Thanks, Mark. Coming to Hulu next month.
Fucking face, dude.
I'm going to fucking turn your video off. Hello, Clarice. Coming to Hulu next
such
month.
Bad radio.
I'm assuming, Mark, you've seen Blow.
Of course.
Great.
Blow is one of the best movies ever. I love that movie.
Best
Dude,
ever.
You said there's so many best things ever on this episode. Yeah. You said fucking Pineapple Express was the best movie ever, and actually that's a super overrated movie.
I said
there's
intro.
Way more better.
I said intro, and fuck you, Mark.
You guys aren't even here to fight on Brick's last episode in person.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't come to the last episode, dude. What a douche move.
He told me secretly
together. Actually, I would have.
Not even a secret. Clearly, he doesn't. You should have seen the ads he gave me while we were walking around the whole time at C2E2, which was not actually. It was great. It was a great time. I had a great time, Mark.
Yeah, me too.
Speaking of walking around, Mark, do you want to quickly plug your YouTube video, your recap?
Sure, why not? Go ahead and go subscribe to our channel at YouTube and check out our new C2E2 2019 recap video. We just posted it today, which is March 26th. It's on Facebook as well. I thought I did a decent job with it. It has some Q&A stuff we did on the floor, which is pretty hilarious with me and Brick. It also has, obviously, a lot of cosplay stuff that we caught footage of and some footage of us recording one of our Chumpcast episodes. So check that out.
Yeah, I don't want to toot your horn too much, but you did a great job. Did you add Pennywise waving the meat hand?
I did, yeah.
Yes. Okay. I watched the first one.
We were too nice to him there. Can we take him down a peg? Because I think you showed us a little too much. I don't want to see my own face in a video.
Definitely showed us a little too much. Agreed.
If I wanted to see that, I would look in a mirror.
But sure. We caught some good footage though. You are all about picking that nosy. But
dude, I'm getting over a sinus infection. I got to just get it all out right now.
All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is the Joker coming out.
All right. Also coming to Hulu, Cable Guy starring Jim Carrey. Probably one of Mark's favorite movies.
Another one of the best ever.
It's just the best movie ever. Have you guys seen Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise?
I have not.
He's a NASCAR driver. This is like late 80s peak TC.
Oh, God. That
Check it out.
Amazing.
It's super intense. Happy Feet, which I assume, Brick, you think is the best movie ever.
No. I didn't really enjoy that one.
Wow.
Dancing Clown or whatever. Nah, pass.
What about The Jerk? Have you guys seen that with Steve Martin?
Steve Martin.
I
have seen that.
One of my favorites. I was born a poor black child. Hilarious. And April 2nd, we're getting A Quiet Place to both Hulu and Amazon. So maybe I'll actually get to watch this movie in peace finally.
No, that's the day I'll come back and just haunt you. I'll just like call you a bunch of times while you're watching it. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'll just turn my phone off and lock my doors.
I'll call Erica and ask.
She'll be at work.
Okay, well, you defeated me.
That was so easy. You gave up so easily.
Step 3. I don't have any third step in the holster there.
I'm just going to come over and eat a bag of Doritos Spiral barbecue chips the whole time while you're trying to watch the movie.
Mark's my wild card. That's what's up.
Can you put that microphone further into your mouth when you talk to it?
I'm sorry. And not Doritos. I'm sorry. They're Frito Spirals. You ever have those, Brick? I know you had those.
Bomb,
we asked for Fritos, not Cheetos. Coming to Amazon, April 5th, the second part of season 1 of The Tick comes. And I know you guys never watched this. Brick, I assume you'll get to this in about 3 years.
Potentially. I still have Patrick Warburton. Whatever, dude. He's the guy. I can't fucking even... I haven't even seen it without him, but David Putty. So I can't...
Peter Serafinowicz did a really good job in this.
Peter Serafinowicz.
Yes.
That's a fun name to say.
You got that right, but you couldn't say Warburton?
Warburton.
Mark, say post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic.
Oh, he's been practicing.
He has been.
He's going to a speech coach.
He's saying it so quickly that he thinks we're just not going to notice when he
went to a speech coach.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to speech coach and he's like, wait, what? You have a podcast? What the fuck is going on?
He had it recorded on a soundboard. He said it one time and he just had to click the button.
That's why he wanted to stay home.
And sped it up. Yeah.
Also coming, we get the Blade trilogy with Wesley Snipes. Most of them are bad, but it's okay. Also, I guess Marvel is in talks with Wesley Snipes to reboot this movie with Wesley again, which is a very odd choice. He's like 50 now, right?
Doesn't Blade like get taken down by like tax evasion or something? What did he do?
Wow, really funny.
What did he do?
You mean Wesley Snipes?
Oh, no. Yeah, Blade got taken down by the IRS.
Well, yeah, he didn't pay his taxes. That's not Blade. That's Wesley Snipes.
No, I believe Wesley Snipes hasn't even changed characters yet. He still considers himself Blade.
That's why they're going to cast him.
I think he still considers himself Nino Brown. So
is Nino Brown from White Men Can't Jump?
No, Nino Brown is New Jack City.
Oh, nice. Brutal. He looks pretty cool in that picture.
We're also getting Shawshank Redemption. Brick, I assume you think that's the best movie ever.
When I saw it for the first time, I was blown.
How hard did you cry?
I think it was actually like at 4 a.m. Krisky and I started watching it at like midnight. I think it had commercials too.
Bad
we
move.
just like stayed up. We're like riveted though.
Bad move.
It was college freshman year.
We were just was a good friend of mine.
We're also getting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, which is my favorite addendum to any title of anything. It's anything 2, like Thor 2, Secret of the Ooze. I'm a fan of that.
Goonies 2, Secret of the Ooze.
Wasn't there legitimately a Power Rangers movie? A second installment that had Ooze in it?
Ivan Ooze was the villain in the first Power Rangers movie.
I could go for a Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover.
There are comic books of that. I believe Boom Studios produced that.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
Whoa!
They did a whole bunch of crossovers with the Turtles and
Street Sharks,
Ghostbusters, and I don't know that Street Sharks were involved, but
Biker Mice from Mars. Gargoyles.
Weren't you like super pumped when you saw Gargoyles Funko Pop? How did you not end up buying that?
Because there was like 4 of them. Once you see Derek Zoolander in Walk-Off Derek Zoolander, you gotta grab them.
Okay.
There was only one. I only saw one of those too. It was only the one Derek Zoolander at all those freaking Funko Pop stands that were a C2E2.
I had trouble finding one that I was looking for, but eventually I came away with my non-bloody faced lion cat from Saga.
Yeah, I can't wait to have Mugatu just be sent to your house. You're like, what the fuck is this?
I'm fine with that. I will take Mugatu. Last movie coming to Amazon Prime next month, Starsky and Hutch, which I think is quite a sleeper movie.
Dude, one of the most underrated movies of all time.
You and your
It's the greatest movie. I said it's the greatest movie, right, Brick?
No, it's the greatest sleeper movie of all time. I could say that. Dude, there's so many people in there. Vince Vaughn, Will Ferrell actually makes a sick cameo as Frank the Drag. Or I don't know if it's Frank, but it's
I don't think it's Frank.
It's definitely the dragon guy who makes like them do weird shit in the. Oh my god, it's amazing.
True.
And
Snoop Dogg, Snoop-a-Loop.
You didn't even mention Ben Stiller.
Well, yeah, Ben Stiller. Everyone knows it's Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson.
Ben Stiller and Owen, yeah.
Those are the stars.
And Red Gran Torino.
Who?
That's the car. Never mind.
Okay, yeah.
Coming to HBO next month. Brick, you wanted to talk about October Sky. I'm not familiar with this.
That's one of my favorite movies.
God damn it, dude.
Time.
You don't even realize you're doing it anymore.
No, I'm definitely super self-aware.
You're the least self-aware person I've ever met.
Yeah, October Sky is actually just a great flick. It's one of Jake Gyllenhaal's earlier films. He is like this super nerd who's like really into rockets, and so they start basically exploding rockets in this small town, and it kind of gets bigger and bigger, and a lot of stuff unfolds. Classic, like a movie, but just a really well done movie. I think I cried in it. I don't even remember. I'm a natural crier.
Sounds boring as fuck.
Sounds like a piece of shit, and it literally has the worst movie poster of all time.
I kind of want to see it now.
Look at the movie poster for this damn movie.
Hard pass.
I'm just goddamn.
Speaking of actual good movies, though, Mean Girls coming to HBO next month. Huge fan. Splice, which I know Mark loves.
Oh my god. That was like the first time we hung out, Smithers, in college. We watched that movie together, and I'm just like, all right, well, that was weird. I just walked out of your room.
Hey, let's start a podcast together. Let's start a podcast together.
You really get to know somebody after you watch Splice with them.
Tell Brick real quickly, sum up the movie for him.
Please.
Oh, boy. So they grow this weird alien-looking thing, and eventually one of them who grows it has sex with it, because of course they do. It's like a horror movie, but also the thing that they grow changes from male to female.
No,
it's real weird, but
it's a non-binary.
You gotta no, it is binary, but it changes.
Okay.
No, you had it backwards. He creates this thing, and it's a female, and he bangs it, and then it changes to a male and like rapes him.
Yeah, it's real fucked up.
Dude, it's just like weird.
You two just like watched it alone in the dark.
That was the first time we hung out to watch Splice.
Somebody's gonna listen to this right now and be like, "There's no way there's a movie like this."
Oh, there is.
Dude, the October Sky. This is a hilarious movie screen or movie poster. Dude, they're like looking up at the sky. Clearly, I guess because that's October Sky, but like it's one of those like shitty memes where like you're looking off in the distance.
Dude, look at Laura Dern's face.
Oh my god,
it's terrible. Such a bad movie poster, but it's
literally
such a good movie.
The quote on the poster is what Brick just said. It's a great movie. Oh Jesus!
Watch it.
We are struggling to get through this. Okay, also coming to HBO next month, The Nun on April 6th. I heard this sucked, so I'm going to skip it. But if you're into James Wan horror stuff and the whole Annabelle franchise, then maybe that's for you. Crazy Rich Asians coming April 13th. Mark, did you tell me you went to see this?
No, I didn't see it. I think that was the week we saw Game Night.
You was actually.
No, Game Night came out way before this. I don't remember what we saw, but people really liked this movie.
True.
You know what? Maybe I'll watch it. I don't know if I get bored enough. Really, all that matters is that on April 14th...
Bum, 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 ba bum, bum, ba bum, bum. You know, harmonize with me, Mark, or what?
No, dude, there's a delay. He's never going to be able to get on tune.
We'll be able to do it.
It sucks doing this remotely because anytime you guys talk and I talk, because we talk over each other all the time, if that ever happens, I cannot hear what you guys say. It just cuts out. So it's probably the best thing for me, but I need to sit and listen to what you actually say before I respond.
Wow, imagine having to listen to the people that you're talking to. Wow, what a terrible life.
What a conundrum.
All that matters is that Game of Thrones comes back next month. I'm kind of pissed that Brick's not going to be here. I kind of want to do like watch parties on the Chump Cave Monster.
That would have been
crank the stereo up as loud as possible.
Dude. Dim the lights, get it going, dude. I used to watch with the Bacoons and Allie. That was a ritual.
I'm going to call them, and I'm totally replacing you,
dude. In front of me, yeah. You need 4 people to replace me.
Yep.
Because of my body size, not because of my personality.
Fair enough. And the last thing coming to HBO next month is Black Klansman, which I personally thought should have won Best Picture, but Green Book won instead. I actually talked to my barber about this today, and he was like, yeah, Black Klansman definitely should have won. Yeah, you fucking get it, man.
That's why he's your barber.
And you give me a mean fade.
That's right. Looking good. It's a nice fade. Is that today?
Yeah.
It's clean.
My barber is actually very French. His name is Cedric, and he was talking to me today about how his team is in the French final for soccer. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. I don't know anything about soccer, but I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, that's dope. I prefer my stylists, if you will, I think that's what they're called, to just not talk to me at all.
Cedric is cool, though. Like,
yeah.
If you go to somebody long enough, you develop a rapport, and when you first walk in, that person knows either I'm in a talking mood or leave me the fuck alone.
That's fair. That checks out.
For a while, we just didn't talk to each other, and it was perfect. But then I was like, this guy likes movies. It's perfect. You know, he sees mostly like artsy films because he's French, because I guess that's what French people do. But he's got good opinions, and I like him.
So basically, you're telling me that you've been stealing Cedric's opinions for years now, and that's why
I've never seen most of the movies that he talks about.
Okay.
He's like, oh, comic book movie? I do not understand.
So basically, you're just talking two different languages.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I was trying to explain to him today how Fox and Marvel and Sony superhero movies are all technically different.
Oh, man.
Try explaining that to somebody that does not give a fuck. Like, you just watch their eyes glaze over.
You just saw me and Mark do the same thing.
Mark actually cares, though.
His eyes still glaze over.
I do care.
Okay.
News to us. Boop.
Is Dora the Explorer the action movie that we didn't know that we needed?
Why is the opening scene of the trailer the same scene that was the opening scene for the Tomb Raider trailer?
This is just Tomb Raider, right? This is young Tomb Raider.
Origin story. She's going to turn into Lara Croft.
This doesn't look terrible.
It honestly doesn't look terrible. It made me upset that I was like, damn, Dora's just like, she's doing it.
I thought Dora was supposed to be like a 5-year-old, though.
She's a 5-year-old who talks to monkeys and waits 20 seconds for everyone to respond. Very blown at the reaction that I've gotten from this movie.
So I missed this as a kid. Obviously, I'm too old for this.
I'm too old for this, too.
Okay, so if you're too old, I'm definitely too old. But I don't know. I need somebody to explain to me what the allure of Dora the Explorer was, and also why all of a sudden she's like 18.
I have no idea why she's 18. All I know is she goes on adventures each episode. She has her pet monkey Boots, and there's always some obstacles they face to get to the ending of the adventure. And the obstacle always is involved with Swiper, who swipes shit, who basically just steals shit from her all the time. And he's like a weasel rat. And I was looking forward to seeing him in the trailer. I have no idea if he's going to show up. If he doesn't, this movie's going to be a fucking botch.
Apparently, he wasn't too old for Mark.
Swiper's just going to be like The Rock, who shows up with an eye patch.
Dude, if The Rock is Swiper, I'm going to lose my shit.
I hope that's the case. Speaking of trailers, though, we got 2 trailers for the first 2 episodes of The Twilight Zone, which is weirdly coming to CBS All Access, which is their streaming service, and I'm definitely not going to pirate this. Wink, wink.
Fact, actual, factual, 100. But that's why I'm disappointed. I love the concept of it. I love Jordan Peele's, being the host of it. But the fact that it's on CBS and just like the trailers were fine. And I love the concept of Twilight Zone, but I'm not sure how it's going to turn out.
It's Black Mirror before Black Mirror.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. But
I have a feeling this episode,
as like,
we're going to make a lot of Black Mirror references because kind of that's what Love, Death, and Robots is too.
True. Yeah, it's the animated version of that, in my opinion, I think. But I don't think it's going to be as, not R, I don't want to say R-rated, but I don't think it's going to be like as dark or gritty as it could be because it's on CBS.
The first episode is starring Adam Scott, and he's on an airplane. It's like Terror at 30,000 feet, which reminds me a lot of the Gremlin episode.
Where the Gremlin's on wing.
I don't know if that's what it's going to be. I hope they have a more original idea than that, but I mean, you could still update that for modern day.
Yeah, and I don't want it to be just like, what was that, Final Destination? I had a premonition that this plane's going to come down. And then
is that? I don't think that's Final Destination.
One of the 7 that they came out with. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Mark, did you even watch these?
I have not watched the old ones, and I'm not even really that interested in these. I'll buy the subscription service with you if you want those, solely because I can get all of the Big Bang Theory episodes.
Okay, Mark.
Wow. Can I send you to Colorado instead of Brick?
Yeah, that I might stay. And
That's fucking terrible. That is inexcusable.
Kelly's behind you, like I'm going to leave you.
Yeah, Kelly is actually grabbing Moose right now and walking out the door.
Kelly loves Big Bang Theory, dude, solely for the laugh track.
The other episode was with Kumail Nanjiani and Tracy Morgan, and it's a comedian who, I don't know, has something going on. I didn't really get this. Did you, Brick?
It was basically like, hey, do you want all your dreams to come true as a comedian? Because you suck as a comedian. And then he basically makes his dream come true, but there's obviously going to be a price.
You think he's the devil?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Tracy Morgan is
episode?
the devil in RL.
He gives him like a golden microphone that...
Yeah, and I think he's going to... The best part about it is they got Camille Nanjiani. What's his name? How do you say it?
Wow, you butchered that completely.
So bad.
You're a piece
I love
of crap.
Camille. Dude, Camille's great. He's
Kumail Nanjiani.
Kumail Nanjiani. He is actually hilarious in everything that he does. But I think he's going to have some stellar stand-up that he's going to just like bust out in this. I hope so, at least. There's a lot of potential for that. And I think that's going to be a good episode. We'll see. We'll have to see how it plays out.
I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm definitely not going to pirate Wing Wing. So this is just a headline that I really wanted to read to get reactions out of both of you. Nick Cage has signed on to star in a movie called Jiu-Jitsu. It's a jiu-jitsu fighter who every 6 years must face off against an alien invader named Brax.
Oh my God.
So Nick Cage is not the star of this. It's an actor / stuntman named Alain Moussi. He's going to play the fighter, but Nick Cage is a co-star and he teams up with this guy to battle and defeat Brax. Do you think that this could possibly be as insane as Mandy was?
I know.
I did not see Mandy, but I can only imagine that this could. He fucking jujitsu's aliens. I love this concept. Sign me up.
Greenlit this. What the fuck is happening in Hollywood?
Dude, Nick Cage has like ball pictures of a lot of people and just like is blackmailing people to get ridiculous roles.
Wait, are you implying that he just has pictures of people's balls?
Yeah, I said that very weird. He has ball pictures.
Brick's like, this is the best ball picture I've ever seen.
That's only one ball. Can't even tell whose ball that is.
Wait, how many do you have?
17.
Okay, weird.
More accepting in Colorado. That's why I'm leaving you guys.
Nick Cage is reportedly planning his 4th wedding as well. Did you know that?
Good for him. Who's he marrying?
I have no idea.
Himself. He's Dennis Rodman. He's pulling a Dennis Rodman.
Oh, he's going to wear the dress?
Erica. Ooh, her name's Erica.
Erica
Koike, I think her name is.
He's not a Scientologist, is he?
Probably.
God, I hope not.
I don't know. Remember that episode? It was just me and you when we watched Mandy, and I like texted you. I'm like, "What'd you think?" And then you're just like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "Jeez, dude, he's back. Nick Cage is back. It was by far the best movie he's ever done."
I would agree that it's my favorite Nick Cage movie, and I really liked Con Air.
When I was in Colorado, we were looking at movies too.
Oh, shut up about Colorado.
When I was
in the new Italy.
Yeah. But no, when I was in Colorado, I wanted to get my sister and Ryan to watch like a movie, and I was like, "Ooh, I heard Mandy was pretty good." They're like, "Fucking no!"
Do not show that to people that are normal.
They're not normal. They're related to me.
One of them is, yes.
Exactly.
All right, Maisie Williams has described the chaos that is the New Mutants movie that we were supposed to already get, I believe. That's been delayed several times. I think it's been pushed back a full 10 months now, but
that's a good sign.
She talked about running into Charlie Heaton, who is Will's older brother in Stranger Things. So he's the one that always looks like he's coked out, because he probably is, because he got arrested with coke at an airport. They were discussing how neither of them really know what's going on with the movie, and the planned reshoots have not happened. With Disney and Fox actually making this merger happen, I think this movie gets buried and nobody ever remembers that it was even a thing.
Honestly, I forgot that it was already a thing. I thought they already canceled it.
I think you're right. I don't see why they'd continue doing this. It didn't even look that great from the teaser trailer we saw.
I thought the trailer looked pretty good. It's supposed to be like a cross with horror and comic book movies.
Yeah, great. I thought it was a great concept, a new spin on comic book movies that, we haven't really gotten into. I mean, what DC tried to do it, but it was a piece of shit. Everything they do is a piece of shit. Sorry. Besides Shazam looks dope.
Dude, how lame does Dark Phoenix look? Honestly.
Pretty bad. I am yet to find somebody who tells me that they're excited to see Dark Phoenix.
That dude who was dressed as Dark Phoenix looked better than the preview.
I do not remember that.
Mark and I were walking around. There was just a dude dressed as looked like Moltres.
I'm not mad about it.
Mark just chuckled.
I'm trying not to interject it when I feel like Ryan's going to say something.
Right, I'm just going to point at you when I want you to talk. Okay. All right, so the quote from Maisie Williams is, "Who knows when the fuck the New Mutants is going to come out? Hopefully this interview will make everyone hurry up a little bit."
Oh, yeah. That's good. That
fucking Arya Stark, baby.
Just do another Game of Thrones fucking episode.
Hey, when are these other seasons of Game of Thrones, like the prequels, the 4 spinoffs going to happen?
I have no fucking
You tell
idea.
us.
Yeah, you should be the one that knows that, and not me.
Actually, I'm not going to Colorado. I'm going to New Zealand to film the new seasons immediately. I couldn't tell you that until just now.
Mark, how long do you think Brick would last in a Game of Thrones type setting?
I'd be hot pie. I'd be like, I'm out of here. I'm just making some pies.
Hot pie is going to be on the Iron Throne at the end of this season.
Hot pie's lit, dude.
Yeah, I can definitely see you setting up a tent and being like the pie guy, the guy that bakes pies and sells it to the town goers.
Please don't kill me, sir.
Here's an apple pie.
It's a raspberry strudel. Please don't chop my head off, sir.
Peace.
See ya.
Piss.
All right, last bit of news. Avengers Endgame is reportedly 3 hours and 2 minutes long. Ooh. So I basically can't drink any liquid 24 hours before going into this.
That's a doozy.
What is the actual cutoff for how long a good movie can be? It has to exist, right?
That really depends on, at that point, when do you just make it a series? Is that what you're kind of getting at?
Why wouldn't you? I mean, you've already split this into 2 parts.
Yes, it's basically 5 hours. They might as well have made a 5-part miniseries.
How long was Infinity War? 2.5?
2.5.
They're just going to keep pushing this?
3 hours is pushing the bounds.
I gotta be
honest. What was
Titanic?
Titanic was fucking
2 VHS tapes. That's the only thing I can tell you.
Exactly. That's too long.
Pearl Harbor?
That movie fucking sucked.
I liked Pearl Harbor. What do you mean?
You know how I knew that I had to break up with my girlfriend in college? When she told me that Pearl Harbor was her favorite movie.
Jeez. I think it's Kelly's favorite movie. Let me ask her. Come on. Kelly, what's your favorite movie?
Please, no.
Yeah, your favorite movie ever. If you could only take one movie to a desert island, what movie would it be?
Shitty question.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Okay.
That's actually a really good movie.
Okay. I'm going to let that one slide.
Hey, that is another Josh Hartnett movie, am I right?
No, it's with McConaughey.
That's right.
Not even close. Wow.
40 Days and 40 Nights. That was the Josh Hartnett movie.
No, that's Harrison Ford.
40 Days and 40 Nights?
I think so.
No, dude. That's where Josh Hartnett can't beat off for 40 days. He gives up.
No, 40 Days and 40 Nights. What am I
30
thinking of?
30 Days of Night is with Josh Hartnett.
No, you're right. I'm thinking
he's
of
running
the
away
one
from
where
vampires.
Harrison Ford is stranded on an island. Doesn't matter. You're right.
Yo, if that's the movie you bring to a stranded island, that's fucking weird.
Wow.
You're just Harrison Ford, I get it.
I mean, nothing is going to stop us from buying tickets to go see this. Which, by the way, tickets aren't even on sale yet, and it's a month away. That's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, that is weird.
That is extremely odd.
God, dude, you can never do a remote podcast again. You're fucking terrible at this.
The pointing.
You're so bad at this.
That is extremely weird.
Best.
We the best!
Worst.
The worst! She's the worst person in the world. Huge, skank, terrible, but thank you.
All right, Brick, since you're leaving, I'm going to let you go first.
Cool. I just have a worst people alive. It's everyone who's all butthurt about Tom Izzo yelling at that freshman. It's a game. They're basically a family. They've been going through this for the entire year. The season lives on this moment. The fact that he's yelling at a kid because he botched it, there's 2 ways to take it. Either you're going to be a coward about it and, curl up into a fetal position and be dumb, or you're going to really live up to the moment. And the kid lived up to the moment. They're the game. he finished the game. They won the game. Everyone's all mad about Tom Izzo, the way he like handled the situation. That's dumb. I've seen Terry Greenbeans yell at Mark about not marking a location properly harder than Tom Izzo yelled at that kid. And I'm not complaining about Terry Greenbeans. I'm like, yeah, Mark, figure that shit out, dude.
In defense of Terry Greenbeans, Mark should have called out his coordinates.
Agreed.
Dude, I'm a team player. I don't care what the fuck he says.
Zero chance.
Dude, there's two ways to take it. Mark took it the wrong way. It's called a team game. I'm not trying to get shot in the back because you got shot in the back, you know?
I don't give a fuck about Tom Izzo. I think he's an overrated coach. But also, I don't really care about basketball anymore.
Same. Did you
Has
guys
this been the most boring tournament of all time?
Did you guys fill out brackets?
Nope. I've been betting individual games because I'm a degenerate, but...
Mark, I did. My bracket is trash, but if Duke goes all the way, I might be the winner at the end of it.
Wow, my bracket actually is perfect because I didn't fill one out because it's fucking. I was over it and playing Battlefield 5 Firestorm. Did you guys see my my new video? It's pretty dope. I made
Games Dean's fallen off. I really don't follow it anymore. I unfollowed him.
Now that Battlefield 5 is back, I'm starting to get a little more juice on the views But I basically took the first day of those clips, made like 2 minutes of it, and then put World War II propaganda over it. So it kind of looks pretty dope.
Dude, you just got to tell the team to step up their skills, man. The clips aren't good enough, I guess.
No,
Bro, call out your fucking coordinates.
No, yeah, we're killing it actually in Battlefield 5. We won like 7 games yesterday, just like casually playing.
Cool story. All right.
Just ripping people. Crunkle Phil's out here. Reverend Rogue's out here. Dill Danger. Terry Greenbeans. Let's go. Mark, you're not in the crew.
Mark, who is your best man alive?
You're not going to like my best man alive because...
Is it Ming?
No, because you don't want it.
Smithers?
You're
yeah.
over basketball. But it's Shaquille O'Neal. He's the best man alive because... Oh, this is the guy that played on the Heat with him. Udonis Haslem said that Shaq once ate a 4-course steak dinner at his locker before a game. So that's just a power move in general. Best man alive. But he's also the worst man alive. Smithers, you better get back on the mic for this because this might piss you off a little bit.
My last blueberry stout?
Confirmed.
You motherfucker.
You said I could have it, dude.
No, I said you can have one of these fucking coconut beers. It sucks.
Yeah, then I saw the blueberry stout and I was like, this blueberry stout. It actually wasn't even that good.
Fucking brick. Oh, God damn it. I am beside myself right now.
All right. Shaq's the worst man alive because he is supposedly joining the Papa John's board of directors, the worst pizza franchise in history.
Are you saying that on a pizza standpoint or because Papa John is a racist piece of shit?
Both. Papa John's pizza sucks. But actually, maybe with Shaq joining the board, this can change the pizza, hopefully.
Papa John's pizza isn't that bad. Domino's pizza sucks anus, dude. So trash.
What? Dude, Domino's thin crust is the best pizza, like fast food pizza ever.
No, not even close. Actually, poop trash. It's poop trash.
Domino's thin crust.
Trash. It's poop trash.
For the price point,
for the price,
$5.99 a Domino's thin crust large. It's like eating a wafer pizza, and it's so bomb.
Dude,
you just
what?
get a little bit of ranch.
$5.99 for a large pizza? That's not true. I bought a fucking medium pizza for $10.99.
Yeah, because Papa John's is trash, dude.
I bought a Domino's pizza for that price, not fucking Papa John's.
Well, you don't use the coupons. You don't use the app. By the way, the app is probably
I don't even care. I know I'm not defending
the app is one of the greatest apps ever created for the phone. It's the best fast food app I've ever encountered in my life. You can track when your pizza goes in the oven, who's cooking it for you. I told the guy the other day, his name was Jim. I'm like, hey, Jim, I really appreciate you helping me out in making this pizza. And I would really appreciate it if you could throw a couple extra pepperonis on that bitch, too.
How much?
And he did.
Dude, Jim definitely spit in your fucking pizza.
How much did you... How much did you tip him?
Dude, he replied through the app, no problem, champ. I tipped him like $1.79 or something.
What a piece of shit. Oh my God.
$1.79. Not even $2.
No, he got a hefty tip, like $3 or something.
Wow.
That's happy. That's
cheapskate.
Breaking the bank.
All right.
Dude, that's like half a Funko.
It actually is almost.
I need a ruling on this, and I need you guys to tell me what you think. This is kind of one of those follow-ups that we have on previous stories. So we talked a couple weeks ago about Lori Loughlin, who was Aunt Becky on Full House, who was paying for her daughters to go to USC, just like bribing coaches and shit. So earlier this week, Dr. Dre posted something on Instagram saying that he posted a picture with his daughter who's named Truly. His daughter's name is Truly.
My favorite vodka soda beverage.
I've got a White Claw in front of me right now because Brick drank my last fucking beer, but we're going to ignore that. So anyways, he posted it with a caption that said, "My daughter got accepted into USC all on her own, no jail time," which is a good burn.
Damn treated.
But he apparently had forgotten that he and his Beats by Dre co-founder, Jimmy Levine, donated $70 million to establish this Academy for Arts at USC. So he kind of did bribe them into letting his daughter into USC. Whoopsie. Like, after you donate $70 million, USC is not going to be like, nah, man, your daughter's not good enough to get in here.
Yeah. Especially since, well, he did say no jail time, so he didn't say no bribery. He just said no jail time, right?
Isn't it so weird, though, that the thin line that you skirt, like if it's a donation for a building, it's okay. And they just call you like a legacy or whatever. But if you just bribe a couple coaches for less money, it's not okay.
Yeah, that double standard is weird. That's a shit. That's so shitty.
What's the ruling on Dr. Dre? Best man or worst man?
I would say worst man because he Fruit Looped it. Because he didn't need to burn it. He didn't need to say anything because he did technically give $70 million to basically get his daughter there.
Wouldn't you have said something, though?
No.
I'm pretty sure I would have.
If you spent $70 million and bought a building with this, yeah, well, I did it legally. I paid for my daughter to get it legally. I wouldn't fucking say anything.
You know where I think he fucked up is that he deleted the post. I think you got to ride with it. If you're going to make that stance, you got to fucking stick with it.
Yeah, ride or die.
Yeah, that's a bad move, deleting a post in general. It's basically
it's an admission of guilt.
Yeah, it's a whoopsie.
So is he a best man or a worst man, Mark?
Worst man.
I'm gonna still say he's the best man because I like his music.
How old is Lori Loughlin, by the way? Do you know?
She's got to be 50, in her 50s.
She's looking good for 50.
Google that shit.
She quietly a smoke still?
Absolutely, no question about it. Are you kidding me?
That's what's really important here, Smithers.
Absolutely, she's still beautiful.
Are you guys old enough to remember Full House?
Yeah, dude. You got it, dude.
Absolutely.
TGIF?
Yeah, dude. She was great. I loved episodes with Aunt Becky because she was actually super hot.
That was my first TV crush.
That's another good question. First TV crush, who was it?
Ooh, that is a good question. Maybe we'll throw that on the inside.
Maybe we'll double dip on the dumb question because I don't think we even had one last week.
We might if Mark can actually remember to post these.
My favorite episode of Full House is when BJ and Kimmy go to the school dance and have half a cup of spiked punch and come back home all trashed, fucking lightweights, and they get in trouble by what's his name?
Danny Tanner.
Yeah, I actually think. Who did John Stamos place? What was his name? Jesse?
Uncle Jesse.
Jesse Katsopoulos.
Danny came in, yelled at them, and then Jesse, of course, slid into the room. He's like, "Hey, let me just tell you guys a story about when I drank for my first time," kind of thing like that. Saved the day.
And then Michelle was like, "You got it, dude."
Yeah. The best character on that show was Owen's
Cut
comic,
it out.
And it wasn't close.
Cut it out.
Fuck that guy. I've heard that guy is a real dickhead, actually.
That's hilarious.
What's his name?
Dave Coulier.
Dave Coulier. I listened to this podcast called The Weekly Planet. They kind of talk movies and stuff, too. And they have a segment called Dave Coulier, where it's people who have met him, and he's just a dick to those people, so they call him Dave Coulier.
Amazing.
It's kind of genius.
That is a great segment. The fact that they continue to get content out of that is even better, honestly.
So shout out to them.
Ben Stiller had another joke. He was on the Ellen DeGeneres show talking about how his daughter, or I think it might have been his son, got into a school, and he was like, got in legally. But I wanted to bring up his son's name was Quinlan.
Ugh, what is with these fucking rich people and naming their kids shitty names?
Yeah, dude. Quinlan Stiller. Quinlan.
Just name him Quinn.
That's fine. Yeah, absolutely. Dumb.
All right, so we're going to move on to our review for the week then?
Sure.
Great. All right, so I kind of caved on this, and it's fully on me for being a sap, but since Brick is leaving, he requested that we do a draft.
It only makes sense.
I think that there are other things that make sense, but we're going to do a draft anyways. we'll do a snake draft. Is that
Yes,
okay?
Absolutely.
So we're going to choose, each of us is going to get 3 picks for our favorite episodes of Love, Death, and Robots, and we'll discuss them as we go. Brick, I'll let you go first, but Mark, do you want to rock, paper, scissors for second pick?
Sure.
Rock, paper. This is never going to work.
Yeah, well, got you.
Okay. All right, you can have second pick. I get to come around.
You get
All right,
the
Brick,
wood,
what
dude.
is- So let's talk a little bit about this series first of all.
Yeah, open it up.
Love, Death, and Robots is basically
Animated version of Black Mirror.
Yeah, but I don't want to call it Black Mirror because it's more like
I agree.
it's not really about society in the way that Black Mirror is. It's just like a bunch of really weird scenarios.
Yes, and some of them have twists, some of them don't. Some of them are just, original takes. All of them are beautifully animated. That's like a stalemate on all fronts. Honestly, is the animation throughout this whole thing is amazing, but they're all just weird stories. It's an anthology. Individual episodes don't have really anything to do with them, but they all seem to have to do with cats. Like a lot of them have cats in them.
Yeah, there was a lot of cats.
And I don't know how I feel about. I don't feel good about the cats, obviously, but it's a weird
You're a
tie-in.
known cat person. Wow, Remy, just gonna bump it on the microphone like that. That's cool.
There was a lot of cats. Let's talk about the amount of boobs we see in this. We
There's
see
a lot
about
of anime titties out there.
of the
and dick.
18
There's a lot of dick,
episodes.
too.
There 10 to 11 of them have animated tits.
Yeah, no, definitely a majority have animated tits or dick just like flopping around.
So this is definitely an anthology series in that none of these are really connected. This is produced by Joshua Donen and David Fincher. David Fincher is a name you should recognize. He was
It's
the
Remy.
EP on House of Cards. He produced 7 Fight Club. He's done a bunch of these
Wow.
movies. Not only do you know that it's probably going to be good, but also it's going to be really fucking weird.
Very correct.
Is that fair to say?
Yes, it was good and agreed. Really fucking weird.
So this released on Netflix a couple weeks back. If you haven't caught it yet, I think we can probably all recommend it. I think we should rate this before we get into our actual draft.
That system that I kind of brought up and you guys both glazed over.
No, it's kind of,
Binge it, stream it, or skip it.
yeah, I think that's fair.
Cool. Okay.
So Brick, go ahead.
What for streaming titles?
Yeah, binge it,
Specifically?
stream it, or skip it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, binge it, stream it, or skip it. Yeah. Those are
Cool.
the 3
All right.
options that we can kind of go with. For me, this was a binge. Like watch it, and then you don't really. I think when it comes to a binge, you really don't have a choice in the matter. You're just like either you want to do it or you like don't. For me, when I started this show, I was just like, oh, that caught my attention. And then my ADD kicked in, and the next episode caught my attention. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it just kept going from there and there. And by the time by the 5th episode, didn't matter what episode it was, I was just like, oh, I'm hooked into this. I got to just keep watching and seeing what they come up with next. So I think this is a binge.
You know, when I first watched the trailer, my thought was this is a show for Mark because it's all sorts of fucked up and weird. I didn't take into account your ADD
Hard ADD.
and the fact that it tells a quick story. Most of these episodes are 15 minutes, right? Some are
Yeah.
longer, some are
Less.
shorter. I don't think
I would say the average is like 10, 11 minutes.
12. Yeah. Mark and I did some math while we were sitting waiting for the train for C2E2. We figured it was probably around 12 to 13 minutes per episode if you like averaged them out. So it's less than 15 minutes an episode.
Yeah, none of them are longer than 15, 16 minutes. So
That
it's
might have been
in and out.
17
Yeah.
max.
on Rotten Tomatoes. It's currently at 76% based on some of these reviews from critics. I struggled because this is not for everybody.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So you guys met Travis, and Travis was texting me and was like, hey, is this new cartoon on Netflix worth watching? And I'm like, well, that really depends. And what I said was, watch the first episode, and it's only 12 minutes. If you're into it or even slightly into it, watch the second episode and you'll be golden.
And you'll
know
by then.
Yeah.
Because I feel like dipping your toe into the first episode will give you everything you need to know about what's coming for the next 17 episodes.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. I think they did a really good job of choosing the episodes that in like the episode order. They did a fantastic job for that.
I hadn't even thought about that. So you really did just binge most of these in one sitting?
No, so I binged like the first 4. Took a break, did some things, and then I came back. I did finish probably the whole anthology in the same day, though.
Okay.
Because it was basically like 2.5 hours long max, I think, right? When you really break down 18 episodes,
probably
like 15 to 15 minutes max. Basically a 2.5 hour movie. So I binged it throughout the entire day.
What about you, Mark?
I watched it sporadically throughout like a few weeks. I mean, how long's it been out for? 3 weeks now?
Probably.
Came out March 15th.
Yeah.
March 15th. So it's only been out for 2 weeks.
And I literally just watched the last episode today. What Brick said, it's ultimately 2.5 hours, but I don't think it really feels like that.
It felt longer, but in a good way.
I think they're onto something with this, with having these 12-minute type episodes. They get you hooked, especially if you like the content that you're seeing. Yes, this is for a specific type of viewer. I wouldn't necessarily say you shouldn't give this a chance, regardless of what kind of stuff you're into. I think just for the fact that there's different artistic and visual styles to each episode is really intriguing in general. So you should, if you don't like the first one, I think you should still try and jump around to a couple more episodes because they're all different. The story in the first one is not like the story in the second one or third one or fourth one, etc. So I think you should give this a chance regardless. I'm going to say binge it. You can knock this out in a day if you wanted to. I just enjoyed the fact that I would just watch 1 or 2 of these here or there. But definitely, I think you should binge this one.
I think that's a really good point. Is I binged it because I had nothing else better to do. But like, it's great because you can just stop at any moment and be like, I'll just pop on a few episodes or one episode at a time and just like, oh, cool, that was a cool episode and I can do something else. It's a cool break. It's not usually what we're used to seeing.
I think I have to disagree with you two. I enjoyed it personally, but I do think this is for a very specific crowd of people. And for that reason, I'm going to say stream it. You're right in that you can just take these in 15 minutes at a time and move on and totally forget about it if you want. Some of them were really good and some of them were really, really bad. And I don't know how you guys feel about like the worst episode, and we'll probably get to that, but the worst of these were just like, this is cringeworthy, this is terrible, I don't want to finish this. And I don't know that really outweighed the best of them. As I said, we're going to draft 3 of these apiece. There are 18 episodes. So by the time we get through this, we will have drafted half of these episodes. And I think at the end, we also talk about our least favorite, and we'll exclude that from the draft. But Brick, why don't you go ahead and tell me what your favorite episode is? You're getting 1 overall.
Before we go on to it, I just wanted to say, like, when I did start first watching this, nobody watched it. I couldn't talk to anybody about any of these episodes, and I desperately wanted to, so I went to Twitter for it, and every single person had something different to say about each episode. Noticed, like, the hashtag Love, Death, and Robots, and then they just had, I didn't see, like, 2 of the same episode people were talking about. People were like, oh, I love this episode and that episode, and I just like, oh, I didn't really... That one didn't resonate with me as much, but it was weird because everyone had their own little specific takes on it. That I think there's an episode for everybody in this anthology, in my opinion, no matter what you like. But so going to the draft, starting out, I do have to give it to episode number 1, Sonny's Edge. Monsters in a gladiator pit with a double twist. What is not to love about it? Plus the art. I can just talk about the art for every episode, but specifically this episode was dark, gritty. Great episode to start out with. Start out with a bang.
Mark, why don't you give me your opinion on this?
On Sonny's Drift?
Yeah.
Sonny's Edge. Sorry.
I know what your next pick's going to be.
Yeah, I just gave it away. I would say it was probably in my top 5. I don't think top 3. This was a good start to the series, I would say. It definitely intrigued me and kept me interested. So, I mean, I wouldn't completely disagree with Brick's pick. I don't think it was my favorite, but it was good.
I thought it was a little bit off-putting. This is a very targeted episode, and by making this the very first episode, I feel like Netflix knew exactly what they were doing, and they were saying, if you don't like this first episode, this series is not for you.
Yeah.
It's an attention grabber for sure.
Yeah, it is. And, I won't belabor that too much, but Mark, why don't you just go ahead and give me your first pick?
Yeah, I'm going to say Beyond the Aquila Drift, which takes place in space, which I love. If there's cool visuals that are in outer space, I'm pretty much into it automatically. It kind of has that Star Trek feel.
The guy looked like
Just to
Marcus
get-
Phoenix.
Yeah.
From Gears of War. He looked exactly like Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War.
But like
Yeah,
way
that
less jacked.
But way less jacked.
Yeah, that's true. Just to give some background on this one. If you haven't seen it, this guy goes into like he's on a spaceship, goes into this pod, thinks he's asleep and going to another, I don't know, universe or star system or whatever the hell he was going. Ends up they routed the wrong way. He wakes up. They're all freaking out because they are millions and millions of light years off track. And it just has a pretty good twist at the end. You know something is really wrong leading up to it. But I really like the build-up and the twist that it ended with. So
Can we just go into spoilers?
Drift.
I think there's no point of not doing spoilers. If you're either gonna listen in once you've watched the episodes or you're not.
Whatever, go ahead.
Let's do spoilers.
I assumed you had something to say after that.
That part fucked me up beyond belief. The way that, so it turns out that they have this alien life form that looks like a giant spider, but she has like her face and body when it comes out of a shadow, like looks like a normal, nice looking woman. You know what I mean? And then it comes out like a giant spider. Just the fact that she like purposely guided multiple ships off track, changed their guiding system to get trapped in her little spider web. Just like, I loved the whole concept of it. I thought it was awesome. Beyond the Aqua Rift or the Aquila Rift was one of my favorites as well. I think it just seeing that creepy spider monster crawl out of this decrepit spaceship was a jaw-dropping moment for me, and it was just like, that's up there. That's a good pick, Mark. What did you guys think of how that alien looked?
I thought it was predictable, to be honest. And
immediately, based off of everything that was going on through the 6 episodes prior to that, I was like, yeah, this bitch isn't who she says she is. But the creature that it comes forth is just like so grotesque and just like, oh my God.
That's the Black Mirror side of it, though, right? Like every time you watch an episode of Black Mirror, you know something's kind of, the
fishy.
fuckery is afoot.
Absolutely.
So I didn't see it the way that you guys did, I guess.
You didn't like the sex scene, dude?
No, that was really uncomfortable, and I was watching upstairs. Like you guys know my living room, and there's a big picture window across from my TV, and my mailman was walking by as I was watching this, and I was like, "Well, that's fucking weird." Thinks I'm watching really anime porn, but that's
like, I'm not looking at this guy's mail anymore.
It was super intense. I think that's why I liked it. It was an overall intense episode.
It was, very intense. Just the fact they were in Lost in Space. I just loved the mechanics of they basically just spiderwebbed, manipulated the system to trap her in this web. It was great.
Okay, my pick, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go with the second episode, which is 3 Robots.
Nice.
I thought this was the funniest of all of these episodes.
It was such a drastic change up from Sunny's Edge.
So it's these 3 disparate robots that kind of wander through, I guess, a Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Apocalyptic city. And they're basically looking back at humanity and how humanity lived and not really understanding it. Obviously, like it's like if aliens came and tried to understand our civilization.
After it's been
destroyed for years.
Exactly. Like us looking at basically ancient Egypt's ruins and talking about what we thought really happened.
The animation in this is absolutely gorgeous, and we could say that for most of these episodes, but
true.
This is more my style, more my speed, and this is the first introduction we get to weird cat stuff, I guess.
True.
This is my favorite episode. It's got the comedy, it's got the kind of dark side to it. This is aimed at my tastes.
Yes, I like the evolution of all the robots, specifically we come from a long line of baby monitors. That little baby monitor robot was so funny, dude.
That was funny.
He was awesome.
And the way that they get pissed at each other is just hilarious. And it is very good comedy.
Yeah, I have.
And did you notice the voice of the cat later on?
No, he did sound very familiar, though.
Chris Parnell. From Saturday Night Live, he's an Archer, he's in a ton of stuff, and he's doing a bunch of voice work now. But that was Chris Parnell, who is absolutely hilarious, and I heard that voice and I was very excited. So we're doing Snake Draft, right? So
correct. You got another one.
So now we're getting into a few of these where I have to pick what's left. I think my second pick is going to be Suits, which is basically a small community of farmers who are on this weird planet that you don't really understand, but they're in these mech suits and they're defending their farms against these alien invaders, I guess. And you don't get a whole lot of background on this.
They look like the Demogorgon dogs.
Yeah, a little bit.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, they look like Demodogs.
Yes.
But basically, like, you just kind of get this feeling that everybody's in this really tight-knit community and they're all trying to help each other out. It's, I don't know, like rural space murder.
Yeah, retro-futuristic.
Mark, you're giving me a look like either you just smelled your own fart or you hated this episode.
It was okay. It was fun, I think. I wouldn't say it was even in my top 5.
Who the fuck likes fun?
It was fun. It was the community and just how they worked together was great. But other than that, bang.
It had feelings.
I'll chime in here.
Violence.
I would say with how short the episode was, I was surprised to kind of get the feels at the end of the episode after they show that stupid, ugly ass fucking scarecrow that their neighbor gives them, and then they come back, the guy gets killed because he's basically suicide bombs and saves the community. And the main character is like, yeah, that scarecrow's kind of growing on me. And I just like, I got like the chills because I was like, how did you give me the chills in 10 minutes of this weird content that I randomly saw? But also the animation was a little reminiscent of Into the Spider-Verse. Was it not?
Good call. Yeah.
I thought that was very cool, very well done. So, and they go so drastically from episode 1 to episode 4. That was episode 4. The animation styles are so different.
Yeah.
Just that one caught my eye. It was good.
Good point. All right, Mark, your pick.
I'm going to say when the yogurt took over. I know Brick hates this episode. I thought it was great, though. So, if you're unfamiliar, humans create essentially a sentient yogurt, and
right?
Yeah.
And it just takes over the world. It tries giving people advice. They don't listen. Ultimately, everyone realizes like the yogurt knows best and we have to follow the yogurt to prosper. And yeah, yogurt is just the ultimate savior of humans. I don't know how to explain it.
My only complaint about this episode is that it didn't go on long enough.
That episode sucked. I had 3 episodes that I definitely didn't like, and this was one of them.
Wow.
It was just stupid. You guys are like, oh, there's a financial crisis. Oh, I like it. I'm a finance loser.
What?
Whatever, man. Over it. Animation wasn't even that cool.
The animation
was great.
Looks like doofuses walking around. Like, what are those? They look like the little me bots from Wreck-It Ralph is what they look like.
So the whole thing is very Douglas Adams, like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's just like silly, but also kind of serious undertones. I thought this was a great episode. It was probably the funniest one there was, even though it was
over 3 robots.
Definitely the shortest. Yeah, 3 robots actually had serious undertones. I mean, you're talking about the actual
extinction of humanity,
apocalypse, and the extinction of humanity. This was much less serious all around, and like I said, the only thing I wanted to see was how things actually end.
Okay.
All right, Brick, your second pick.
I'm torn here because I have 3 that I have like. I know I have 2 picks left, but I have 3 that I'm kind of torn between.
No one cares. Pick
picking.
One.
Yeah.
I think I got to go with the episode with Topher Grace.
Ugh.
Ice Age.
Ugh.
That episode sucked. Asshole.
What a piece of shit.
I love that episode. I just love I love how they saw the whole evolution of just people and existence, and it left you just thinking about possibilities of the future, because just like seeing that all evolve in your freezer was awesome. I just thought that was a great concept for it. And just Topher Grace was funny. I thought he was actually funny. Oh, we missed the Renaissance period. Just like small little period piece nods. I liked that.
This is a complete ripoff of an episode of The Simpsons.
Okay, what isn't, honestly?
Yeah, but I mean, the direct correlation is very bad. Basically, Lisa takes her tooth and puts it in a petri dish and pours some soda on it, and it develops a sentient community, and they advance very quickly, and they shrink her down and bring her there, and they think that she's God. This is a total ripoff of that. And also, Topher Grace is really slumming it if he's in an episode of this.
What? This was an awesome series. We have 2 binge-its.
Yeah, but this episode sucked.
That's dumb. That's a bad take. So rather than Mark, you
barely had an animation too. Barely.
Yeah, this was the one live action episode, really.
Yeah, that's why I like it. It was a complete change of pace.
No, hard pass.
No, it sucked.
Okay, well, I was gonna say alternate histories with the killing of Hitler early on in like the six ways, but I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna do Helping Hand.
You son of a bitch.
I did not know what I didn't read any of the episode bios beforehand. I just put no pun intended. I just went in and watched it, and when I saw this one, I was like, oh, this is just like a nightmare that I have. It's just like getting lost in space, and then the fact that she like quickly thinks to, oh, I can't believe I didn't think of this. Oh, let me freeze my arm completely and then throw my glove. It just was like I was on edge for that whole entire 10 minutes. The whole entire 10 minutes, I was just like on edge. And the fact that she ripped off her arm, threw it out in space to save her life was fucking insane to me. Oh my God. I still can't even wrap my head around it. That was a good episode. I was like jaw dropped at that episode. So Helping Hand is my third.
I was almost certain that neither of you were going to pick this, so I was going to take it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. Love the animation. Her accent was great.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not really much I can say about it. If you haven't seen this, you have to. It's really, really smart writing.
Yeah. The way they condense these stories, it's amazing.
Mark, your thoughts?
Yeah, me and Brick and I were talking about this earlier. So I guess, yeah, the physics behind it is correct as well, I would assume, because the whole...
It's correct. I assume.
I assume? I really don't. Brick was like, why did she have to rip her arm off? Couldn't she pretend to throw something? I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure there actually has to be like an object of mass going one way, which would propel her back the other way.
Yeah, it has to transfer.
Equal or opposite reaction. That's basically what we came up with.
But yes, I thought this episode was great. It was top 3 for me. That's kind of funny that we were all on the same page here. Really cringy though too. It was hard to watch at times, but at the same time, I'm like, yes.
You can kind of feel her pain, and yeah, it was brilliantly done.
Yeah, she's either gonna be dead or just not have an arm. But dude, that was gut wrenching when she rips her arm off. This goes back to the pacing of the shows or the pacing of the episodes. They plugged this one right in the middle of everything, and I just was like, it grabs your attention and keeps your attention for like what is gonna happen. What episode did they have in store for me next? It's one of those.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, Mark, this is your last pick, right?
Yeah,
I know what one he's gonna pick.
This is really hard. I don't want to pick this one because a lot of people bash on it. I might have to pick it though. I just thought the ending was pretty funny and showing how pretentious like the human race could be. I'm just gonna say Zima Blue. I know that a lot of people are gonna say this one sucked.
That episode sucked.
I like the style of the animation.
Samurai Jack, right?
It kind of reminded me of Samurai Jack in a way.
I was going to say it looked like Kim Possible, but
both. No, I guess
it reminded me of Samurai Jack.
If Samurai Jack and Kim Possible had a baby, they'd come up with Zima Blue.
Yeah, I also was. I got back from a night of drinking and threw this on, and I was just like, so that might have played a factor into it. No, I take that back.
TJ I just realized that episode.
I take that back. Blind Spot. That was this.
You can just change your fucking.
Sorry, I changed it.
Whatever.
I can change it. Blind Spot. Yeah, it just the cast of these troopers, this team of troops that go in and do this mission. I actually really like the animation style. It had kind of like a comic booky type feel to it, and I just think it had the action in it kept you engaged the whole way through, and yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Blind Spot.
I must have fallen asleep during this because I do not remember anything from it.
They're basically doing a mission, and it's like a high-speed chase where they jump on that truck, and then that huge robot comes out of there and kills everyone, and then he's all sad at the end because he thinks his team's dead, but his team actually...
Episode.
You thought it was dumb?
It was dumb, and you're dumb.
Go, dude. I know what episode you're going to pick. Zima Blue. You're probably going to steal Zima Blue from me.
Absolutely not. I'm going to say Secret War.
Oh.
Brick knows I'm a sucker for a period piece. This is World War II. Russian soldiers who basically, this is an alternate history, which I am also a sucker for. They don't really get into the background of it, but
Nor do they need to.
I mean, they kind of do. It's basically they summon some demon things.
Yeah, in Siberia or something.
Yes, and there's a reveal in the end that I won't spoil, but some of the soldiers are closer than what you think. I thought the animation, obviously, that's what we say for every episode that we like,
Because
is the
everything
animation
was
great.
beautiful.
Because it really was, and it's worth repeating. But
Hold
I
on.
like the storyline.
I wasn't
here.
too fond of the animation. I just felt like it was like a video game cutscene the whole way through.
Oh, I'm sorry that the animation was too realistic for you.
It reminded me of just like a battle scene cutscene. I was just whatever.
Okay, go back and rewatch Zima Blue, you dipshit. That episode fucking sucked.
Dude, Zima Blue is better than Secret War.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it is.
Close.
It wasn't.
Brick, whose side you on here?
I'm definitely on Secret War. I'm a period piece guy. You know that.
He's a sucker for a
Yeah,
period piece.
he's a sucker for a period piece.
Yeah.
Well, I hope when you get to Colorado, you get altitude poisoning, if that is the case.
Wow.
You're a rat. You're a rat, Mark.
He's actually just going to poison you with altitude. All right,
Yeah.
Brick, what was your least favorite episode? And I'm going to say, whatever. We can choose the same one. It's fine. I don't care about this.
The dump. The dump was stupid. The dump ate people. I didn't like it. It didn't resonate with me. And it just was like bored by it, basically.
I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was great. It obviously didn't make my top 3. Probably not even top 5. But I don't know. It was an interesting take. I don't know that I necessarily expected the outcome, which is good because some of these were a little more predictable than others.
Sure.
But I guess I didn't really get the same feel that you did.
Yeah, it didn't. I was not for me.
Mark?
I have to say Fish Night.
Wait, what's your take on the dump?
Oh, what's my take on the dump?
Yeah.
It was trash.
Wow,
Nice.
real clever.
You thought I was going to say a dump? No, it's trash, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's the first time we see animated genitals, and they were just very off-putting. So, yeah, definitely not one of my favorite episodes.
Okay. What was your least favorite episode then?
Fish Night.
Hmm.
It was just too bizarre, and it just had a dumbass concept, to be honest. The best part was the very end where the guy gets overly excited with the fish night, I guess you would call it, the night of fish, and strips down and then gets eaten by a ghost shark.
Megalodon. It was a meg.
It was a ghost neon shark, I guess. I don't know.
It was a ghost meg.
Yeah. So for me, that was the episode that I really took in the animation and was like, damn, all these episodes are really beautifully made, but this one specifically, I really enjoyed kind of the art behind it. But
If only the writing was better.
yeah, that one, I agree. It didn't make my top 8, but it was like probably 9 or 10, maybe. Made top half, maybe.
Okay.
Because of the animation, and it was satisfying seeing that guy getting eaten by a megalodon. It was
Yeah, he
great.
was kind of an idiot.
He was.
That would have been my pick, but since Mark picked it, I think I'm going to go a different direction with this. I'm going to go with The Witness, which is the 3rd episode.
Oh, really?
Ooh, wow.
I liked that one.
It's very convoluted and you don't get any explanation. There's no resolution to it. It just didn't make a ton of sense to me.
You're in a loop. You're in Looper, dude.
No,
Great movie. Best movie of all time. Best Bruce Willis movie of all time, easily.
It's the best movie ever, right? It's like
I hate
my
you.
favorite movie
Just
ever. Oh my God, sick.
catch a flight to Denver now.
I'm driving.
Just fucking walk.
You're driving.
I just didn't like this really because there's no resolution. It's very weird in the middle.
They go to
I think
that
Brick
sex
just liked it
place
because
it was
it's
like the gimp suits.
the
I liked
first
it for
boobs
the
that
gimp
he's seen
suits.
in a really long time.
True. Every internet.
I was not a fan of this, and it's got kind of that Mirror's Edge anime style to it, which
True.
is pretty, but I don't know. There's no payoff for me, and I just didn't care.
That girl just runs around with her tits out the whole time.
Yeah,
The whole time.
just unnecessary.
Well, she's running for her life, so it's kind of necessary.
Yeah, but her tits don't need to be out.
Wow.
If you're-
You know how we know Smithers is wrong? ScreenRant.com rated The Witness the #1 episode of the
Really?
season.
Yes, because Screen Rant is the know-all and be-all of... Did you read the reviews on Screen Rant? I actually did go out of my way to read a few different reviews and rankings for the episodes. If you count the number of times that the Screen Rant reviewer said toxic masculinity,
Oh, God.
Yeah.
it's more than 20, and that's how I know I don't give a fuck about your review.
Especially in the first episode, I think they were saying something along the lines of, if you think a female needs to turn into a monster to face her problems or something like that, I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, you can.
I'm out of here.
Shit.
Click X.
All right, so
I thought you were going to say Sucker of Souls because we all kind of agreed that was a shitty episode.
It was fine,
but since Mark kind of had a floop episode that he kind of didn't really, he took but then he didn't take, which is the Zima. Smith, what's your last? We all kind of took 4. So what's your 4th?
Oof. You know what? I actually liked Lucky 13.
I knew you would because you're a fucking car person and you like had that weird relationship with that robot.
No, I thought that. Wait a what?
Yeah, dude. Don't
I
get
had a weird relationship with a robot?
Yeah, I won't get into it if you don't want to get into it, man. Let's go.
I don't know
you mean
what
the
you're talking about.
Yeah, they had like a...
Oh, so what? I fucked my Roomba. What's the big deal?
God. Lucky 13 was...
It was good. This is an episode that's completely serious. There are not really any jokes, and it's a real relationship that I kind of understood, and that's really it.
Yeah, no, I knew you'd like that episode. When I saw it, I was like, this is a Smithers episode.
Yeah, but it didn't even make my top 3.
It didn't, but it was your 4th out of 18.
Well, you guys took the rest of them.
That's a good point.
All right, so that's our review of Love, Death, and Robots. Brick, you got your draft. Now leave me alone and get out of my house.
Get out of my state. Nice.
That said, let's do our recommendations for the week. And again, we're on a short week here, so I apologize if we don't get very far with this. But Brick, you want to go first?
What We Do in the Shadows is coming out to FX, and I just popped a movie in the other day, and it was hilarious. The New Zealand guys, the New Zealand crew, the people.
I've only been telling you that for 2 years.
The New Zealand crew that makes Flight of the Conchords. The movie's hilarious. They're coming out with a new show on FX. It's gonna be the concept is great. Definitely check this out. I think it releases this week, actually.
I am very excited for the show. I love the movie. I've been plugging it forever. I'm glad that you finally watched it and you saw the dry sense of humor that is this fucking weird-ass movie.
That's everything that these New Zealanders do. It's so good.
How much did you love the werewolves?
They're great.
They were also supposed to get a spin-off TV show, but I think that's actually been shelved.
Oh. So. You know what? They should combine this. If they're going to do the episode of the vampire, they should just have everybody inclusive in this.
Yeah, I agree. I hope we see more of them. I'm going to go ahead and give my recommendation. That is an HBO doc called The Inventor, out for blood in Silicon Valley. So, Mark, you follow finance. You probably know the company called Theranos. Basically, their pitch was... Sorry, my dog is literally just pushing the microphone on my face right now. Hi, buddy. Lay down. This was a company that was like, well, we know that you have to get your blood taken a lot to get tests for weird diseases and bullshit. We're just going to do a finger prick similar to what you do for like a diabetes blood sugar test. We're going to do all of our tests based on that. What they didn't explain is that that's physically impossible. So this documentary basically follows the CEO of Theranos, which is Elizabeth Holmes. If you type into your Google search bar, Elizabeth Holmes, no lower than the third result will be Elizabeth Holmes' voice. Because this girl is totally throwing her voice to sound like this. She has a deeper voice than I do, and there is a 0% chance that is her actual voice. There are so many articles out there right now of people saying, like, there's no fucking way this is real, and there are people that she's known, in her social life that say that she doesn't actually speak that way, and she's trying to gain authority by using a deep voice, which is absurd, because if you have something good to say, it doesn't really matter what your voice sounds like. Anyways, the actual doc, though, it's an interesting story. It's a little bit dry, so if you're not into the science of blood testing or the actual financial side of it, because she ripped off some fucking high net worth, high dollar value famous people to fund Theranos. Like the Waltons, the people who run Walmart. She raised over $1 billion in funding for this company.
So this is the lame version of Firefest, is what you're saying?
Well, it's basically a treatise on Silicon Valley and how shit works there. So it's interesting for sure, but if you're not in either of those things, like finance or science, then it's probably not for you.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm going to have to say Neon Future. So we were lucky enough to interview Tom Bilyeu, who is a co-founder of Quest Nutrition, if you ever ate a Quest Nutrition bar. And he also has created I guess you would call it a media company, but they're also now a publisher of the comic book Neon Future, which is starring,
I'm in the house.
Which is starring Steve Aoki, who's essentially the main character, but he doesn't go by Steve Aoki.
Of Steve Aoki.
He looks just like him. Anyways, it's a new sci-fi comic. Really interesting. We read the first issue. As mentioned, we interviewed Tom at C2E2. We have a bonus episode coming out soon where you can hear that interview, but he's a great guy. Told us about the comic book, a little bit about his background, how he got into comics, how he got into just being an entrepreneur in general. But awesome guy. Be ready for that bonus episode and check out Neon Future if you go into your comic book shop.
He was nice enough to not only give us preview issues, it's releasing, I believe, next week. It actually released today. But we do have an advanced copy that Tom was nice enough to sign for us, and I think we're going to do a little giveaway on the Chumpcast Instagram, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Tom is an awesome dude. Very smart, very insightful. I was happy that we had a chance to talk to him. So
Definitely.
All right, so that's going to wrap up episode 136 of the Chumpcast. Brick, you're still here. I've been trying to get rid of you for years.
I'm a lingerer.
Can you just leave already?
I'm a lingerer. Just linger.
I appreciate everything that you've done for us, and I hope that you stick around for future episodes. You'll be really easy to replace. I was going to say it'd be really hard to replace you, but honestly, it's going to be really simple.
Okay, yeah. Well, get TJ on here.
No, TJ won't get off his fucking phone. But,
Yeah.
So we'll talk again really soon. I assume you'll take like a week off or so, and best of luck in Colorado, and everybody can find him on Instagram and
Games Dean. Yeah. Love you all.
Twitter. You can send him messages and dick pics if you like.
All are welcome.
As always, you can find us on social media at the Chumpcast. You can also call or text us at 847-920-6107. Until next time.
Shred the gnar, Brick. Don't get too much altitude poisoning. All right, chumps out, motherfucker.